Hello students, how are you all? Welcome to Tungal online classes. In the last session, we have completed the structure of glucose, glucopyranose structure of fructose, fructofuranose structure. In this session, I am going to discuss the next topic called proteins. So that is proteins. Yes, proteins are most abundant compounds of living systems especially. So the important sources of protein, if you observe in our day-to-day life, nuts, pulses, cheese, milk, peanuts, meat, these are all the sources of which one? Proteins. Proteins are the most abundant molecules of living system Yes, sources of protein is cheese, next milk, meat, peanuts, nuts, etc. Many more are there. Milk, cheese, like that. Now, next. So they form the fundamental basis of structure and functions of life. Proteins forms fundamental basis of our structure and which one, that is structure and functions of life. Proteins form fundamental basis of structure and functions of life. And plays important role in the growth and normal maintenance of body. Proteins are used to maintain growth of the body. Okay. Now, protein is the word which is taken from proteos. Proteos is a Greek word. So in English, importance, prime importance, the meaning. Protein is the word taken from proteos, means important or prime importance. So primary, nothing but prime importance, right? So it is nothing but important is considered as a primary. It is, yeah. If you observe proteins made up of amino acids. When protein hydrolyzed into simple compounds, then gives amino acids. If amino acids come together, then forms a protein. Yes, proteins on hydrolysis gives alpha amino acids. Students, to understand about protein, we should know about amino acids and their structures. So, if few amino acids link together by a peptide bond, then forms a protein. That's why first of all we should know amino acids. Heading amino acid. To understand proteins, we should know about amino acids. The word itself indicating there are two functional groups. One is amine functional group, another one is acid functional group, right? The compound which contains so amine group, amine NH2 and carboxylic group, carboxyl, it is COOH group called what is that? Amino acid, right, which contains which one, that is amine group as well as acid group. So based on NH2 group location with respect to COOH, amino acids are classified into alpha, beta, gamma, delta amino acids, right. Now, based on relative position of NH2 group with respect to COOH group, amino acids classified into first one is alpha amino acid. Students, CH3, CH2, CH2. So this is CH2. Then okay, it is alpha, beta, gamma, delta. Yes, COOH. The COOH next carbon atom is alpha, next is beta, next gamma, next delta. Greek alphabets actually. So this alpha position is occupied by NH2. This is alpha amino acid. Alpha position is occupied by NH2 group. The COOH next carbon atom is alpha. Next one is beta amino acid. CH3, CH2, CH, NH2, CH2, COOH. Next carbon atom of COOH is alpha, beta, gamma and delta. The beta carbon occupied by NH2 group with respect to COOH, that is called beta amino acid. Next one, gamma amino acid. CH3, CH, NH2, CH2, CH2, COOH. So this is the next position, alpha, beta, gamma, delta. The gamma position with respect to COOH occupied by NH2 group, hence it is called gamma amino acid. Next, delta amino acid. CH2, NH2, CH2, 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 COOH. The next position of COOH is alpha, beta, gamma and delta. Delta position with respect to COOH is occupied by NH2 group, hence it is called delta amino acid. This is the classification of amino acids based on position of NH2 group with respect to COOH group, right. So you can write a general form. Yes, general form of amino acid is Yes, you can mention the general form of this one, CHR, NH2, it is COOH. This R may be whatever the group that is, that may be CH3 group, CH3CH2 group, otherwise methyl, ethyl, propyl, butyl, benzyl, whatever the group that is based on the given structure of amino acid. So, when only alpha amino acids I gave you already, when proteins on hydrolysis gives alpha amino acids, when hydrolysis of protein gives only alpha amino acids, but not beta, gamma, delta, other amino acids, right? So, names. Alpha amino acids have a trival names. It means they can indicated by 3-letter symbol or 1-letter symbol. So, few amino acids names were taken from their source and from their taste. Yes. Few amino acids names taken from source, otherwise taste. So, especially glycine, for example glycine. Glycine is the word taken from glycose. Glycose means sweet in taste, is taken from glycose. Glycose means sweet in taste, hence this is named as a glycine. Glycose means sweet, glycine also sweet in taste, that's why it is called, it is obtained from its taste. Tyrosine is extracted from cheese. So, this is the word, tyrosine is the word taken from thyros. Thyros means cheese. It means the source of tyrosine is cheese. In Greek, what is that? Thyros. Thyros is the word, Greek word. From that the word tyrosine is obtained. Thyros meaning in English is cheese, right? From source they have taken. And amino acids can be represented by 3-letter symbol, first 3 letters in the name, otherwise sometimes 1-letter symbol. Amino acids can be represented as 3-letter symbol or 1-letter symbol. So, students, I will give you the list of amino acids with their names and their structure and their 3-letter and 1-letter symbols. Okay. Okay, students, I have written the list of amino acids. There are 20 amino acids, 10 are essential, 10 are non-essential amino acids. I gave you the serial number, name of the amino acid, side chain and 3-letter symbol, 1-letter symbol. Okay. So, up to 10, first 10 and 11 to 20 these are. Students, the general formula of amino acid is, it is CH, COOH, NH2R. It is carbon, a chiral center. Getting? So, COOH and NH2 is there. To this carbon hydrogen is added. To this carbon one more alkyl group. This alkyl group, it is very, very important. Alkyl group. Alkyl group means whether it may be in place of R, it may be in place of R, H is there, that is glycine. In place of R, CH3 is there, that is alanine. In place of R, NH2COCH2CH2 is there, NH2COCH2CH2 is there. That is, these two groups and CH is common. Only R will be changed, that R is this one. Getting all of you? If I took glycine structure, COOH NH2CH, R plus is replaced by H. If I take a proline structure, COOH NH2CH, R plus is replaced by this ring. Understood all of you? So this is R plus. If R plus is replaced by different groups, then we will get different amino acids. So I didn't draw the total whole structure. I have drawn a general structure. The amino acid which contains NH2COOH along with one more alkyl group is possible in different alpha amino acids given clearly list. So 10 and next one is 20. 3-letter symbol and 1-letter symbol. Sometimes the first letter of amino acid is not considered as a 1-letter symbol because 2-3 amino acids can start with the same letter. That's why they give different letters in some areas. Getting 3 letters. First 3 letters considered as a 3-letter symbol. No confusion, students. Getting all of you? You just take down the list clearly, students, and practice all this. Very important for us. Totally 20 amino acid. So glycine, alanine, valine, leucine, isoleucine, arginine, lysine, glutamic acid, aspartic acid, glutamine, aspargine, threonine, serine, cysteine, methionine, phenylalanine, tyrosine, tryptophan, histidine, proline. Right, students? Just take down the list. We'll continue now. Okay, now amino acids are classified into acidic, basic, neutral amino acids. Acidic, basic, neutral amino acids. Yes. Classification of amino acids based on number of NH2 and COOH groups. Based on number of NH2 and COOH groups. So in that first one is neutral amino acids. Neutral amino acids, right? Neutral means NH2 group is basic, we have discussed. COOH group is acidic. If one NH2 or one COOH acid neutralized with base. If two NH2s and two COOH neutralized. 3 NH2s and 3 COOH, 3 acids, 3 bases neutralized. Yes. Equal number of NH2 and COOH groups present in amino acid called neutral amino acid. Neutral amino acid. Examples for neutral amino acids: tryptophan, tyrosine, tyrosine. So you can observe list, students, equal number, 1 NH2, 1 COOH. So tryptophan, tyrosine, methionine, cysteine, right, neutral amino acids. Threonine, serine, aspargine, serine, asparagine, right? Glutamine. So these are the neutral amino acids having one NH2, one COOH, both will be neutralized. Second one is acidic amino acids. Acidic amino acids. It means the amino acid which contains more number of COOH groups, more acidic groups than basic groups. The amino acid which contains more COOH groups than NH2 groups, more COOH2 groups than NH2 groups, called acidic amino acid. Examples for acidic amino acids, if you observe, so COOH NH2 common, along with that in the side chain also COOH is possible. It means already one COOH, side chain also COOH, totally two COOHs. Like that, examples are acidic amino acids. Examples: glutamic acid, aspartic acid, glutamic acid, aspartic acid, aspartic acid. Next one is, and these two are the, so what are the acidic amino acids. Next one is basic amino acid. It means base groups are more than that of acidic groups. Basic group is NH2. Amino acid which contains more number of NH2 groups than COOH groups. Yes. Amino acid which contains more number of NH2 groups than COOH groups, called basic amino acid. More NH2 groups than COOH groups. Examples for histidine, lysine, arginine. Examples are histidine, lysine, arginine. Right, students? It means already COOH and NH2 is common in amino acid. In side chain also NH2 is there. Already NH2, side chain NH2, more number of NH2s. So obviously basic in nature. NH2 basic, COOH is acidic. Right? Now, this is based on acidic, basic, neutral amino acids. Next one is, after that, classification of amino acid based on abundance. Yes. Classification of amino acids based on abundance. Abundance means, for example, if amino acid is available in our body, you no need to take through diet in our day-to-day life. It means you no need to take, it's not essential because it is already developed in our body. So that is called non-essential amino acid. The amino acid which can be synthesized in the body and no need to take through our diet called non-essential. If the amino acid is not synthesized in our body, you have to take it through diet in our day-to-day life. We need to supply to our body. Need to supply, it means essentiality is there. That's why those are called essential. So, if the amino acid not synthesized in the body, which must be supplied through our diet, called essential amino acids. 10 essential, 10 non-essential amino acids. Getting, students? Now, so based on this abundance, amino acids classified into two types. One is essential and another one is non-essential. First one is essential amino acid. Amino acid. The amino acid, especially which can be synthesized in the body. The amino acid which can be synthesized in body and no need to take through diet and no need to supply through diet daily, called essential amino acid, called essential amino acids. Examples are valine, leucine. Next, essential amino acid. Isoleucine, arginine. Next, lysine, threonine. Right? Lysine, threonine. Methionine, phenylalanine. Phenylalanine. Tryptophan, histidine. So these are the essential amino acids. Examples for essential amino acids. Next one is non-essential amino acids. It means the amino acid which is not synthesized in the body, but we should supply through diet to body daily. So that is called non-essential amino acid. Yes, the amino acid which cannot be synthesized in our body, and it must supplied through diet, it must supplied through diet, called non-essential amino acid. Except these 10 remaining, all are non-essential amino acids. Getting, students? Except these 10. So those are glycine, alanine, glutamic acid, aspartic acid, glycine, alanine, glutamic acid. Next, aspartic acid. Few more are there. Examples: glutamic acid, glutamine, asparagine, glutamic acid over glutamine, asparagine. Arginine is different from asparagine. Serine, cysteine, tyrosine, serine. cysteine, tyrosine and proline. These 10 are as non-essential amino acids we need to supply through diet to our body. This is the classification of amino acids. Few properties of amino acids we will discuss. Properties of amino acids. Yes. Properties of amino acids. Generally, amino acids are colorless crystalline solids soluble in water and having high melting points, right? Amino acids are colorless crystalline solids soluble in water, having high melting points, right? Actually, amino acid structure, if you observe COOH, this is NH2, R, it is H. It is acidic group and this is basic group. So, this is acting as a salt. Instead of behaving as amine group or acid group, acting as a salt. Yeah. So, amino acids acts as salt instead of amine or carboxylic group, carboxylic compound. So, not acting as a carboxylic compound or not acting as amine compound, acting as salts. This is due to the presence of basic and acidic group. Due to the presence of basic NH2 group and acidic COOH group. Basic NH2 group and acidic COOH group. That is why acting as a salt. Next. Actually, if you observe this RCHNH2, I am writing RCHNH2 and this is COOH it is, right. So, now if you observe here, there is a lone pair of electrons, nothing but a negative charge for electrons. This H plus will move to the NH2 modified as a NH3 minus. These two oxygens shifted to this oxygen. These two electrons, bonded electrons shifted to oxygen. Then O becomes minus, H plus will be shifted here, NH2 modified as a NH3 plus. Then we will get, yes, RCH, NH2 converted into NH3 plus and C double bond O becomes minus. Plus and minus present in a one compound, that is called Zwitter ion. It is called Zwitter ion. How is Zwitter ion formed, students? In aqueous medium, the H plus lost by the COOH and accepted by the NH2 group then forms a dipolar ion. Dipolar means positive pole and negative pole, called Zwitter ion. Yes, in aqueous medium, the hydrogen lost by COOH group, it means a carboxylic acid group, and accepted by NH2 group then forms a dipolar ion called Zwitter ion. Very, very important 2 marks question. Definition with the formula. Zwitter ion, it is a dipolar ion having positive and negative charge. So this Zwitter ion is neutral actually. It is neutral but having positive and negative charge. Neutral but having positive as well as negative charge. The Zwitter ion is amphoteric in nature. Zwitter ion is amphoteric in nature. Because it can reacts with acids and base. Due to the presence of acidic group react with base. Due to the presence of basic group can react with acid. So the compound which can react with acid and base called as which one? Amphoteric compound, right? Next. So glycine, all other naturally occurring alpha amino acids are optically active. Optically active means this carbon atom is chiral center. Yes, except glycine, all other naturally occurring amino acids are optically active. Why glycine is optically inactive? Because in place of R, H is there. HH, 2 identical groups are there on this carbon, that's why it is not a chiral carbon. All groups must be different. But in glycine, HH, both are same, not different. Remaining groups okay, NH2COOH okay, but HH, H other group is there okay, all are different, that's why chiral center. Yes, optically active. Next. Yeah, these can exist in, amino acids can exist in D or L forms. So in the last video we have discussed D means which is resemblance to that of a plus glyceraldehyde, L means which is resemblance to that of a minus glyceraldehyde. So most of the naturally occurring amino acids are L configuration. Very, very important. Glucose is D configuration and amino acids maximum are L configuration, resemblance to that of a minus glyceraldehyde, right? So most of the amino acids are having L configuration. So in that L configuration, NH2 group must be on right side. NH2 group must be on right side. H it is, COOH, R it is. NH2 group must be on left side and H must be on which one? That is right side. NH2 group must be on left hand side. In L amino acids, L configurations, NH2 group on left side, NH2 group on left side. That's why L amino acids. Getting all of you students? With this, so we have discussed protein introduction and amino acids, list of amino acids, classification based on position of NH2 with respect to COOH, alpha, beta, gamma, delta amino acids, classification based on acidic basic nature, neutral, acidic, basic amino acids, classification based on abundance, it means essential and non-essential amino acids, and followed by few physical properties. Right students? So, we will continue in the next video.